For tables and Omic data objects in Array Studio, you can add views on those data to visualize and explore your results in different ways. The most straightforward view is the table view. But up to 40 other views are available for different data types, depending on the underlying data object. To add a view, right-click an object and choose Add View. One popular view is the variable view. When you add a new view, you will find it under that data object. For the variable view, for each variable, such as a gene or probe set, one chart is created, where for each sample, the expression intensity is plotted. Although nearly 16,000 charts are created, you can easily scroll through them. Nearly all views are interactive, where clicking on a point or selecting multiple points will display additional details. Depending on the view type, different details will be displayed. Hovering over a selected data point will highlight the corresponding variable in the Details window, and vice versa. Every view is highly customizable using the View controller. Let's group our samples based on the time point. Click Specify Profile Column. We can group on any column in the design metadata. Choose Time. Because the time column was recognized as numeric, it's not plotting it evenly as a factor. We can change this under the design table. Right-click Time, Column Properties, change column type to factor. Now click back to the variable view. Now the columns are evenly spaced. Each column contains both treatment and control, but we can't tell which is which. We could specify a split column by treatment, or we could specify multiple profile columns. We can change details of how each data point looks. We can change the color based on design metadata. Change the size, the shape, add labels, and add a little jitter in case data points overlap. You can also change axis labels, and change the title. You can further customize variable views, such as to a violin plot under Change Profile Gallery. To find a specific gene, you could either scroll through all 16,000 charts, or you can filter by variable. This looks like a significant difference between treatment and control, but we can check by displaying summary information. You may have to reduce the complexity of the comparison. Our chart is split by time point and treatment, so a two-way ANOVA is performed. Changing the data included in this analysis will change the calculation. You can zoom with the mouse wheel, but if you only want to zoom in one direction, for example, horizontally, you can click at the arrow at the bottom left and disable vertical scrolling. You can reset zoom by clicking Reset. You can also change the variable view to a bar plot. We can add error bars. But again, you can always just add pre-configured views. For example, we can add the Pairwise ScatterPlot. If your plot looks odd, check to make sure that no filters are active. For the Pairwise ScatterPlot, by default, 3 samples are compared with the correlation and MA plots displayed. You can change the samples included under Specify Columns. Choose chips 22 through 24. Chip 22's correlation with the other 2 chips in its group are not quite as good as between 23 and 24.